Welcome back, folks, to a brand new video.
It's another year and another opportunity to figure out where to go on holiday in Europe. So let's take a look at 12 beautiful places to visit in Europe.
And before you even watch this video, don't forget to hit that like button because it is free. Catalonia is filled with beautiful medieval villages, and one of the most picturesque villages is the tiny Besalu, a medieval town that sits just an hour drive north of Girona, in the region of Catalonia. It's quaint and filled to the brim with cobbled streets, stone houses, and a picture-perfect Romanesque bridge that straddles the Fluvia River. So once you're there, make sure to walk across the bridge of Besalu to visit the castle, relax at the lake, and explore the beautiful Monasterio de San Pedro. It's not so far away from Barcelona, and it's easily accessible from the Catalan capital on a day trip. Number 2. Preikestolen. Formed more than 10,000 years ago and the most iconic natural landmark in Norway. From the top of the 604 meters high cliff, you will find the most dramatic views that any fjord in Norway has to offer. The hike is of moderate difficulty, and in total, the 8-kilometer hike takes around 4 to 5 hours round trip. The trail, which has significant shifts in the terrain, includes swamplands and forests and stone stairways, all built by Nepalese Sherpas. But the interest in Preikestolen is extremely high, with more than 300,000 nature-loving hikers that visit the renowned rock formation every year. But please be warned, make sure that you realize that it is a 4-hour hike and try to go with a guide. It's highly recommended and your best option. Number 3. Matterhorn. Dominating the Alps mountain range, the mighty Matterhorn is 4,478 meters tall and thought to be at least 50 million years old. Instantly recognizable, thanks to its vast and near-symmetrical pyramid peak. This stunning natural wonder was first climbed in 1865 by a 7-man team. And today, visitors can gaze at the horn-shaped peak while enjoying a scenic train journey from Zermatt, riding along the cog railway to the summit of the Gorge. So be prepared to be wowed. So the most popular way to see Matterhorn in Zermatt is to take the train up to Gorge. Trains run every 30 minutes and, you can imagine, quite busy. But remember, to get the best views, make sure you sit on the right hand side of the train. Number 4. The White Cliffs of Douro. The White Cliffs of Douro are perhaps most famous as an iconic landmark. The white chalk face, a symbol of home and wartime defense. But they have so much to offer. The views from the cliffs are perpetually changing. When it's gloriously sunny and the sea is calm and smooth, you can wander across the cliffs and take in the breathtaking views across the channel. On the clearest days, you may even be able to see the buildings of France. And in winter, you can watch the waves crash over the sea wall and the ferries heave in the violence of a storm. Number 5. Les Gorges du Verdon. Verdon Gorge is a river canyon in southeastern France, one of the world's great canyons. The landscape is awash with overpowering slabs of white and salmon-colored limestone that plunge nearly impossible distances to the snaking Verdon River that's far below. Verdon Gorge is best seen by driving along the left bank, so if you're feeling very adventurous and you have a bit of time on your hands, then you can try hiking down into the canyon. Number 6. Gullfoss. A list of natural wonders of Europe must include Iceland's most dramatic waterfall in the country's Cinque Valley. An unforgettable sight, especially if you visit on a sunny day, when hundreds of rainbows appear in clouds of spray. So during the summer, the water cascades down in 2 stages, falling 32 meters into a deep crevice below. What's really interesting is that the waterfall can freeze into glistening ice in extreme winters. The waterfall is just a 90-minute drive from Reykjavik. Cinque Terre is a string of centuries-old seaside villages on the rugged Italian Riviera coastline. In each of the 5 towns, colourful houses and vineyards cling to steep terraces, and the harbours are filled with fishing boats and the trattorias that turn out seafood specialities along with the Liguria's region famous sauce, pesto. It's a very popular location within Italy. For example, Manarola, with its multicolored houses hidden high in the hills overlooking the sea. It's easily one of the most charming villages of the Cinque Terre. Now ideally you'd want to spend 3 or 4 days visiting the Cinque Terre to give you time to explore each village. You can do a couple of half-day walks and a boat trip along the coast.
One of the world's oldest wine regions, Portugal's Douro Valley is dotted with peaceful villages, terraces and terraces of olives, almonds and grapes. So this region is best appreciated on a river cruise. While in Porto, you can learn about old age traditions and how grapes are still pressed by their feet, and sample the region's quality, wine and ports in the city's famous cellars. So cruising further inland, you can pass lush hillsides and soaring cliffs. So a river cruise is the perfect way. But I think spring and autumn are the best seasons to visit.
the Old Man of Hoy. Rising out of the Atlantic Ocean to a remarkable height of well over 400 feet, the Old Man of Hoy is the UK's tallest sea stag. This red sandstone monolith has been separated from land by the erosive powers of sea and of course the wind. There's a good track from Rackwick Bay that follows the amazing Hoy coastline out to a vantage point overlooking the stag. Next up is Paros. Paros sits in the heart of the Aegean Sea and belongs to the Cyclades, the most popular Greek islands group. It's easily reachable from Athens, and without a doubt one of my favourite places in Greece, and for many reasons. Additionally, it has one big plus. It's for all types of travellers. From beautiful beaches, all types of water sports, you can visit trendy bars and clubs, enjoy all the delicious food, and admire the traditional architecture. For those of you who love trekking and hiking, this is another destination that you will enjoy. The list is endless. Also, its proximity to other islands such as Mykonos, Santorini and Naxos are only a boat ride away. One to think about for your next visit to Greece. Rovinj. Now this is a charmingly picturesque town in Croatia, and we all know that this country has become so popular in the last couple of years. It's very Italianate in nature, but it's famous for its wonderful cathedral and the highest church tower in Istria. So visiting the church is an absolute must. Built according to the plans by Venetian architects, the bell tower on the church is a copy of one at St. Mark's Basilica in Venice. So there are spectacular views over the rooftops of Rovinj. It's a beautiful place and very lively with its cafes and restaurants and bars, galleries, and a very active fishing port. So skip the major towns in Croatia and head to Rovinj. Next up is visiting Switzerland by a train. The Bernina Express train route takes you through incredible alpine landscapes and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's that amazing. So think of all the cliches about the beauty of scenic train travel, and multiply that by 1,000. You'll end up on this journey throughout Switzerland. So I recommend taking the Bernina Express train, because if you're only travelling this route once in your lifetime, you should make the most of it. And it's definitely worth the extra fee. The express train mostly has panoramic cars, more personal space, and an overall better atmosphere.